Version 5.8's second half is right around the corner, and for those of you still debating whether to spend your primos on MUALANI or CHASCA, this is kind of the final moment to make your call. Version 6.0 is next, and nodkrai is coming. And whatever you decide to do here could impact your next big pull. In this video, I've done the full breakdown of how many primogems you can still realistically get until the end of this patch, and also whether either of these two characters is actually worth pulling for, especially with a new region and potential power creep just a few weeks away. Save up to 30% on current banners at LD Shop. Plus, with my coupon, you'll get an extra 5% discount, which is a huge 35% off in total. Like this one, you can get 6,480 Genesis Crystals pack for just $70, which normally costs $100 in the game. And if this is your first purchase, you get double the amount of Genesis Crystals. The process is super fast. Pick your product, choose your server, enter your UID, and that's it. Your purchase arrives in under 5 minutes, and LD Shop ensures secure payments every time. Plus, if you spend over $80, you'll get a free Welkin Moon. Interesting, right? So use my link in the description or pinned comment to get 35% off and save big on every top-up. Now, let's get right into the numbers. As of now, we've got about 21 days left until version 6.0 hits. That's still a good chunk of time if you're planning to squeeze out every primogem you can. Your daily commissions are going to give you the most consistent value, 60 primos a day, which over 20 days totals to 1,200 primogems. That's your base income just from logging in every day and doing a few quick tasks. Now, we also have Imaginarium Theatre. This mode might feel like a one-time thing, but if you haven't fully cleared it yet, it's still gives up to 800 primogems. If you can clear the whole thing, it's basically a free half 10 pull sitting there waiting for you. Even if you don't finish it all, push through as much as you can. Every reward tier helps. Unfortunately, the Spiral Abyss won't be resetting in the second half, so we're not getting any extra primogems from there this time. As for events, we've still got some leftover mini events and side quests running through the second half of the patch. Combined, they're expected to drop around 1,070 primogems. These are usually light in terms of effort and don't take too long, but they're really easy to overlook if you don't stay on top of your dailies. Just doing these consistently adds up more than most people realize. Then there are character trials, one each for MUALANI and CHASCA. You get 20 primos per trial, so that's 40 total. Not game-changing, but again, when you're sitting on soft pity or trying to build up enough for a 10 pull, it could make the difference. And of course, we've got the 6.0 live stream dropping during this half. Like every stream, it's expected to give out 300 primogems from the usual 3 redeem codes. Sometimes there's an extra 60 primos tossed in later, but we'll play it safe and only count the 300 here. The Paimon's bargain shop will also refresh during this window. That's 5 intertwined fates you can buy with Stardust, which is basically worth 800 primogems in value. Definitely grab those if you can afford it. It's one of the few guaranteed pulls you can get every patch without spending. Now, if you're completely free to play, you're looking at around 4,410 primogems for the rest of version 5.8. That's about 27 to 28 pulls. But if you have the Welkin Moon, which gives you 90 primogems per day, you'll earn 1,800 extra primogems over 20 days. That brings your total to 6,210 primogems, or roughly 39 pulls. It's not a huge amount, but it's enough to tip the scales depending on how close you are to pity. If you've been saving or are already at soft pity, this could be enough to secure a 5-star. But here's the thing. You might be looking at these numbers and wondering, should you go for MUALANI or CHASCA, or would it be smarter to hold your primos for version 6.0? Let's break it down. Starting with MUALANI, she's a 5-star Hydro DPS with one of the most unique movement mechanics we've seen so far. Her skill lets her surf across the field, dealing damage through Sharky's bites, while her burst delivers a big AoE Hydro hit. She's not your typical tap skill tap burst kind of character. She feels fast, fluid, and honestly really fun to play, especially if you like high mobility combat. She also helps a ton with exploration in Natlan thanks to her surfing ability. But her damage ceiling is very team dependent. MUALANI really starts to shine when you build around Night Soul triggers and run her with certain Natlan supports that can maximize her burst windows. Without that support, her damage can feel inconsistent, and she starts to fall short compared to more plug-and-play hydro carries like Nuvolette. So, if you already have a solid Natlan core or just love the surfing aesthetic, she might be a perfect fit. Otherwise, she's a more situational pick. Now on the other hand, we have Chasca, and she's something completely different. A 5-star Anemo DPS with the ability to convert her attacks into other elements based on who's on her team. That alone gives her incredible flexibility. You can build her for Vaporize, Overload, Electrocharged, or even Freeze. It's all about who you pair her with. And on top of that, she has a flying ability that makes her one of the most fun characters for traversal. But there's a catch. To get the most out of Chasca, you really need a diverse, reaction-focused team. If your account doesn't already have strong Pyro, Hydro, Electro, or Cryo supports, her kit might not feel as impactful. She's more of a versatile tool, perfect for players who love experimenting and theory crafting, but maybe not the first choice if you're looking for a straightforward carry. And here's the real dilemma. Version 6.0 is next. Nodkrai is opening its gates, and Genshin already dropped a massive bomb by revealing all the upcoming characters from the region. And among them, 2 big names are already confirmed for 6.0, Flins and Lauma, 2 standout units who already have the community buzzing. Flins in particular has caught a lot of attention. His design and animations is absolutely amazing, and based on early glimpses of his kit, he's likely going to be one of those meta-defining characters, the kind you build your entire account around. Lauma, too, carries major hype, especially with her connection to the new region's lore and potential gameplay mechanics. This is the Fontaine moment all over again. Remember how strong Nuvolette and Farina were when Fontaine dropped? Pulling just one patch too early cost a lot of players the chance to grab them. And with a new element or reaction system possibly coming in nodkrai, you need to think carefully before spending your primogems now. But even with that, I'll say the same thing I always say. If you love the character, if MUALANI's animations have your heart, or if Chasca's whole vibe speaks to you, then go for it. Pulling for favorites is never a bad choice. We're not just playing to chase the meta. We're playing because we love these characters, their stories, their voice lines, their kits. That's the part of the game that sticks. But if you're on the fence, if you're unsure, or if you know deep down that you're saving for someone specific in 6.0, it's totally okay to hold back. Sometimes skipping is the smartest move you can make, especially this close to a major region release. You don't want to burn your pity now and end up wishing you hadn't in just a few weeks. So let me know, are you pulling for MUALANI? Are you Team Chasca? Or are you stockpiling every primo for nodkrai and version 6.0? I'd love to hear what your plan is, especially if you're juggling multiple characters or stuck between 2 favorites. And if you are watching till now, don't forget to leave a like if you find it helpful a little bit. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and don't forget to drink water. I will see you in the next video.